Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills housing update. So the numbers are not as dramatic as last week. They're still really interesting though because the inventory just is not keeping up with demand right now. So looking at Georgetown sales this week, we had 20 sales in Georgetown, which is a big week for Georgetown. Anything over 20 would be considered, even anything over 15 would be considered high. We did have 21 new listings, which is good news because that means houses are coming on the market. But with the amount of bidding wars and stuff that we're seeing and just that sheer backlog of buyers in the market right now, it's not really as exciting as 21 new listings normally would be because we're seeing tons and tons of multiple offer situations. So looking at Acton this week, Acton had 2 sales and 4 new listings. Glen Williams had 1 sale and 1 new listing. Nothing happened in Limehouse, no sales, no new listings. And the rural market had 1 sale, and for the first time in a long time, it had no new listings. A couple of notable things in terms of the sales. So there was 24 sales in total in all of Halton Hills last week. 8 of them got over $1.5 million. So 33% of them were transacting over that 1.5 mark, which has been pretty dead up until now. So I thought that was really interesting. Another interesting piece is that 9 of them were between the 1 and 1.5 million. So we had 17 of the 24 properties in Halton Hills transact last week over $1 million. We have been busy in that 1 to 1.5, but 1.5 plus has been basically dead. And so that is a really big week, and it's sort of showing that buyer confidence is coming back and people are willing to look at that higher ticket property that, you know, they kind of haven't been wanting to look at for the last like 6 months. And then the other notable thing looking at the sales, half of the properties, so 12 of the 24 properties sold over their asking price. So just a really busy market right now and lots and lots of competition out there. So now looking at active inventory, all of Halton Hills last week was down to 99. We are down this week to 98. So not as dramatic of a drop that we saw last week, but we are definitely not going in the direction that is promising for buyers. So down slightly to 98. Georgetown is up from 52 to 53 active listings. So again, sitting super low in Georgetown. Okay, looking at our price points, under 800,000 is up slightly from 6 to 8 active listings. So anything that's coming up that isn't a condo is basically flying off the market in that price point. 800 to $1 million is up slightly from 5 to 6 active listings, but that is not even close to enough in our busiest price point. We are starting to see some pretty significant price increases compared to even like 6 weeks ago on properties. So all of a sudden, like almost that appraisal process and what people are spending is kind of going out the window again. So that $1 million plus price point, yes, we did not see like a dramatic drop based on how much we saw sell, but there was a lot that came up in that pocket, and it's just really interesting to see buyer confidence coming back in those $1 million plus, but especially 1.5 million plus pockets. Looking at Acton this week, it's up slightly from 9 to 11 active listings. Glen Williams remained the same at 7. Limehouse remained the same at 1, and the rural market is down slightly to 26 because most of the properties that came off and didn't re-enter were in the rural market. So we're definitely in an interesting time here. Normally our market is going in the opposite direction that it is currently going in, and supply is really starting to come onto the market. And I mean, when we look at it, like 21 new listings is a lot for Georgetown. That is showing that people are putting their homes on the market. But when demand is so high and our sales are meeting that listing amount, there's no kind of relief for buyers here. And again, last night there was a house that my clients competed on. It was at $899. There was 5 offers in total. My understanding is that it got quite a lot over asking. So it is just really busy. And so we do need to see a lot more listings coming up to try and satisfy just the sheer volume of buyers that we are seeing in the market right now. If we continue to see the weeks where our 1 to 1.5 and 1.5 plus price points are transacting as heavily as they did this week, that is going to have a huge impact on where our average price goes in May. So really interesting start to May. There's some silver linings that we are seeing inventory coming up, but again, it's just not meeting demand. So that's it for this week. I will be back to see what continues to happen in May. Have a great week, everyone.